Well, everybody, welcome to the Hammerdown Motorsports Motovlog. It is a nice day out today, so we're going to go for a little ride. And I'm testing out all of this new stuff I got. I got a new microphone, and I'm trying to figure out how to get the best audio possible on this setup. So this is kind of where we're at. I'm trying to figure this all out. So we got our 2022 Honda Navi here. It is a beautiful day. Sunglasses are on. See me, we're good. See my audio going right through the roof, so hopefully it's gonna be good for us. Alright, so Navi is carbureted, half choke. Let's see if she... Oh yeah, she's a happy Navi today. Let's go for a little ride. Alright, here we go. We are on the Navi. We are enjoying life. We are actually riding the speed limit, which is something that doesn't happen very often on a Navi. So if you guys are wondering, I am a little over 6 feet tall and rolling in at around 240-ish. And we're riding the little Navi 110 up a decent sized hill. And we can hold usually around 30, you know, because these wheels are small, so you don't really want to be riding too fast on this bike. That's something I can definitely say after putting 166 miles on this bike. Like, this is a fun road. If you had something that was, you know, powerful with big wide tires and all that, and do some sport bike things, this road would definitely be a good time, minus the fact that it's a little bit worse for wear. But you definitely have to watch for the tire swallowing potholes. If there's something in your area, you don't want to end up catching one of those on one of these. You have a 12-inch front tire, you have a 10-inch rear, so I've seen people put bigger ones on the rear and try to switch things up, but for me, I think this bike is just, it is what it is. It's meant to be a cheap transportation little bike you can just go rip on, have fun with, and it doesn't have a clutch. It's just like a scooter. You just get on it and go, but it's not a scooter, so you don't have to have your feet in front of you. It's still kind of like a motorcycle, and you can just have a great time and go ride. I mean, I love it. I think it's not trying to be anything it's not. You can get on a Gixxer 750, 1000, whatever, if you want to go crazy fast, do wheelies and do all those things. You can live that life, but if you want to live the small bore life, this is definitely a good option. My biggest reason for not getting into these motorcycles earlier is probably because I really wanted a Grom, but I didn't want to spend Grom money because I felt like it was way too close to real motorcycle money, like getting into like the bigger bore stuff. Like, you could probably get into, I don't even want to say because I don't really know any of the prices right now, but you could probably get into something comparable to a real normal motorcycle for the price of a Grom or a Monkey. And I just felt like the price of this thing was so cheap. It was like $1,807 plus the fees and all of that, which some people have complained about, which it really depends on your state, your dealership, all of that, on whether they're being absolutely ridiculous when it comes to that. But my dealership, it was a setup fee, it was taxes, tags, all of that. You got to pay the state, so I don't think the price really changes depending on the price of the motorcycle. It's pretty much across the board. So I was probably around 600 and change for the extra stuff, and ended up being around 24 and a little bit out the door as far as getting this motorcycle into my possession. And as far as clutching goes, I haven't touched it. Haven't touched anything other than I did new grips. We got the little Honda grips on here, Honda throttle, all of that. And yeah, it's been fun. It's been just a fun little bike. I could act a whole lot more excited, but I don't want to yell into the microphone. That's kind of how it is. It's really hard for me to not be loud when I'm talking to the camera here, so I'm just trying to figure that whole thing out here, getting the Motovlog set up with microphone and audio that we can use. But honestly, like, this bike, I bought it just so I could go get on two wheels and just have a little bit of fun. That's really the whole point of this motorcycle. You can get on it, you can just crack the throttle wide open and just have a little bit of fun on the back roads. You don't have to go far to have fun. And just feel the wind. One thing with my big motorcycle is like these roads they're usually full of stuff. There's always like cinters and people drive tractors and there's dirt everywhere. So it's a little bit tough if you want to ride a big bike. You don't have that quick maneuverability all the time. So my other bike is like similar to a Fat Boy. It's a Yamaha, but it has a big supercharger and it's really heavy. And it doesn't have ABS or anything, so it's kind of a bit of a beast. Great on the highway, not so much a backroads rider, but this one just definitely scratches that itch. Like I just find myself getting out on this so much more. And we're almost ready for an oil change, so that must mean that we're having fun with our little Honda. And really, for the price of a big screen TV, you can buy this bike. So not too shabby for, this is what I mean about, well, it looks like they cleaned it up a little bit. That's what I mean about a little bit of dirt on the roads here on the corners. You really got to watch, but it looks like the street sweeper might have been through here or something. But as you can see, very fun ride here. Just getting out in the sun, feeling that warm air, and having this at the beach is going to be a blast. I can't wait. Like, that's really the main purpose of having this. And we bought the Metropolitan too, so we'll have to go for a ride on that too. If these motovlogs are something you guys like to see. But for me personally, I just love getting in the wind, getting out here, having a little bit of fun on the bike, kind of showing you guys a little bit of the back roads of Pennsylvania, and eventually we'll be going to Maryland, so hopefully we'll have a little video for you guys for that as well. So I think just riding across the bridges with the ocean, the water, it's just going to be an amazing experience. Look at us hanging on this corner. No gears in this thing though, so I got to make my own sounds. I don't really, I mean, riding a Grom is probably a real blast, but you're gonna have to pay a lot more for a Grom. That's just plain and simple truth. And the Grom is actually a smaller bike than this. For a guy like me, I'm in a good riding position. I don't know how a Grom sits. I've never ridden one, but I've seen them side by side in the showroom, and this one is, I wouldn't want it to be any smaller than this. So we're gonna ride Navis. That's what we're doing. This is how we're living our life. This is the story. I'm sharing it with you guys. There it is, the Navi in all its glory. As you can see, we don't have any of the crazy reflectors in the back anymore. And yeah, it looks a lot cleaner. So definitely loving this little bike. And when I'm cruising around and I don't have to worry about copyright, I got my little JBL speaker. And if I just want to take that with me in my pocket, take it off just like that. Got some magnets on there. Boom, just like that. You got tunes. You can actually hear it pretty good when you have your helmet on. So I'm very happy with this little speaker for $50. Can't really go wrong.